January 24th, 2026 will be remembered as a deeply troubling day for many people in South Sudan, especially the Nuer people. A senior military figure, John Sanulun, made a statement that have shocked observers across the country and beyond. While addressing fighters in Duke County, Jonglei State, he reportedly instructed force to spare no Nuer life, including the elderly, and to destroy property. These words have caused fear, anger, and serious concern. In any conflict, language matters. When a military leader speaks publicly and uses words that suggest no mercy, especially toward elderly people or civilians, it raised red flag under both national and international law. Civilians, including elderly people, women, children, are protected under humanitarian law. They should never be targeted. A statement encouraging fighters not to spare anyone can be interpreted as call for collective punishment that is dangerous, that is unlawful, and that is deeply worrying. General Ulun is not just a local commander. He serves as Assistant Chief of Defense Forces for mobilization and disarmament, and is associated with the Agwelig militia, which has been partially integrated into the SSPDF. His remark reportedly came as forces were being deployed to frontline in Jonglei State and other strategic areas, including oil-producing region near the Sudan border. South Sudan has struggled for years with cycle of violence in Upper Nile and Jonglei. Communities are already exhausted. Many people have lost family members, lost home, live in displacement camp, grown old in conflict. So when a high-ranking official says, "We are tired of problem," men understand that frustration. But frustration cannot justify targeting civilians. South Sudan is a country still healing from civil war. A very strong statement by a military leader has the potential to escalate violence, encourage revenge attack, deepen ethnic division, increase displacement. If fighter interprets such words literally, the consequences could be devastating. Already humanitarian agencies are struggling to assist displaced population in Jonglei and Upper Nile. More violence would only increase suffering. Under South Sudan Transitional Constitution, the right to life is protected. International humanitarian law also clearly stated civilians must not be targeted. Collective punishment is prohibited. Army forces must distinguish between combatant and non-combatant. Commanders carry responsibility not only for their action but for the action of the troop under their command. Word spoken is in public carry weight. At a time like this, what is urgently needed is clarification from military leadership, reassurance that civilians will be protected, clear rule of engagement, accountability mechanism. If the intention was to motivate troops, the message must still align with the law. South Sudan cannot afford another wave of mass displacement or civilian suffering. Many citizens are tired of war, annual clashes, cattle raid, political tension, military oppression, but ending problem cannot mean destroying communities. Peace cannot be built on fear. Security cannot be achieved through collective punishment. The remark made on January 24, 2026, have sparked alarm for a reason. South Sudan stands at a crossroad. Recently, we have learned that report of killing in Akobo. According to community source, 22 Nuer women and 3 men were killed after allegedly being misled by members of the South Sudan People Defense Force, SSPDF. Local account claim the civilians were told to come and receive food ration. Instead, the situation reportedly turned deadly. If these allegations are confirmed, this would represent a horrifying act against an army civilian, particularly women. The idea that civilians could be called under the promise of food assistance and then harmed is deeply disturbing. At this time, people have already seen the horrific visuals showing the number of people that were targeted by SSPDF civilians. And we all know that civilians are protected under both South Sudan law and international humanitarian law. This includes women, elderly people, children, non-combatant men. Even during military operation, there are rules. Army forces are required to distinguish between combatant and civilian. If civilians were intentionally misled under the promise of food, that would not only violate the law, it would destroy trust between communities and security forces. Trust, once broken, is very difficult to rebuild. When powerful leaders using language such as "spare no life," it created fear, even if the intention was to express frustration with ongoing insecurity. Such words can influence how soldiers behave on the ground. South Sudan has suffered too many cycles of violence fueled by anger, revenge, and ethnic tension. Every statement from a senior commander carries weight. Every order matters. Every life matters. Behind the number, 22 women and 3 men are real human beings. They were mothers, daughters, sisters, family providers. Their children are now living without mothers. Families are grieving. Communities are traumatized. And many others are now fleeing in fear, unsure who they can trust. At this critical moment, what South Sudan needs is an independent investigation, public clarification from military leadership, accountability if wrongdoing is confirmed, protection guarantee for civilians. Silence will only increase suspicion. Denial without investigation will only deepen division. Transparency is essential at this time. South Sudan is a young nation, still healing from years of war. Its people are tired of violence. They are tired of displacement. They are tired of burying loved ones. Security operation must protect civilians, not put them at risk. If peace is the goal, then discipline, restraint, and respect for life must guide every action. Here is the finals. The event of January 24 raised alarm. The reported killing of February 20, 2026 raised even greater concern. South Sudan cannot afford another wave of unchecked violence. The protection of innocent civilians must be non-negotiable. For the sake of mothers, children, elders, and future generations, justice and accountability must come first. Changfied News will continue to follow this developing story and provide updates as more verified information become available. Do not forget to hit the channel by subscribing and turn on the notification bell. Whenever we upload a new video, you can be notified.